Mr. Speaker, the People's Republic of China, under the leadership of the Chinese Communist Party, is waging an all-out economic war against the United States. The CCP is using unfair and illegal means to try to dominate the market in dual-use technologies that are shaping the modern battlefield. Fortunately, the CCP still significantly relies on technologies from the United States, our allies, and our partners to develop advanced dual-use capabilities. For that reason, export controls are a critical tool for the United States to slow down and, in some cases, stop China's ability to develop certain capabilities. For this strategy to work, we have to deny Chinese licenses to use American technology. Unfortunately, based on data reviewed and released by the House of Foreign Affairs Committee, those licenses are rarely denied by the Commerce Department's Bureau of Industry and Security, known as BIS. For instance, during a 6-month period spanning 2020 and 2021, BIS denied less than 2% of licenses and approved $100 billion worth of licenses to Huawei and SMIC. Both those companies are considered CCP military companies by the Department of Defense and are CCP national champion technology firms. When deciding whether to approve or deny a license, BIS generally consults other agencies that make up operating committee: the Department of Defense, Energy, State, and Commerce. However, BIS is not required to follow those other agencies' advice, and sometimes the BIS actively ignores it. Statistics provided by BIS for fiscal years 2017 through 2019 show that there was a 60% increase of non-consensus decisions by the operating committee during that time. In other words, over half the time, 60% of the time, they ignored everybody else's objections and went ahead and did whatever they wanted to. Just one person's decision. That's not good. More than 10% of the time, it appears the operating committee chair, which is part of the BIS, took a position that only one other operating committee member supported. Also, not good. Because the Department of Commerce is both the chair and a member, this data raises concerns that Commerce may be abusing its position by the operating committee to override the considered objectives of other agencies. And otherwise, why even be there? This bill provides a common-sense solution to those dangers. When a license for China comes before the operating committee, the decision to approve or deny the license should be based on a majority vote by all of its members. Each agency brings a unique view to a license and should have a voice and a vote. It makes little sense for BIS to have sole discretionary and delusional authority on those consequential issues. In fact, when dealing with satellites and hot section jet engines, the operating committee already requires a majority vote. So my bill simply puts licenses to China on the same level as licenses for certain advanced technologies. Chairman Xi has ordered his military to have a capability to invade Taiwan by 2027, a country that produces 100% of the chips and AI that we consume here in America, I might add. It makes no sense for our Department of Defense to not have a vote on what capabilities may fall into the hands of the Chinese military. I want to thank my colleagues on the Foreign Affairs Committee for their unanimous, bipartisan support for this important national security reform bill during the committee markup back in December. I urge my colleagues to support H.R. 6602, and with that, I reserve.
Reserves.